9 years old. This is my fourth year in Amana Academy School, and this is my first time giving a TED Talk. Today, I'll be talking about how to unify the people of this world together. So we all live peacefully and stop fighting over our differences and focus more on our similarities. It all started one day when I went to the park after school. I had no one to play with. Then this girl came. My mom saw her and said, "Why won't you go and talk to that girl? Maybe you could be friends with this girl." I thought it was a good idea. Once I went to the girl asking if she wants to play with me. The girl looked at me with her eyes wide open. She stared at me like it was an alien. I stared at her back. Then she said with a foreign accent, "Why are you dressed that way? You look weird." I felt sad because she was judging me on what I was wearing. So I said to her, "And why are you talking in a weird way?" To pay her back for what she said. The girl now seemed embraced by what I said, and I didn't want her to be sad. Maybe I wasn't supposed to pay her back that way. So I got an idea. I told the girl, "I'll tell you why I dress this way and tell you a little about myself too. And in return, you will tell me why you talk differently and tell me a little about yourself too." And after that, we could become friends instead of enemies. We're going to have lots of fun. I began to explain that wearing a head cover and a skirt is just good for my religion for girls, and I'm a Muslim child. The girl still looked puzzled. Then she asked me, "What is a Muslim child?" I remember the poem I always recited that when I felt like we need to explain myself to others. I read it in my favorite book, which is called Muslim Child, when I was 5. Listen to her. Listen carefully. And hopefully you could be friends afterwards. Please, for all of you who wants to know what a Muslim child is, I'll be able to share this with you. Muslim child of peace, child of war from a far distant shore. What do you I see? My eyes are not only black, sometimes they are as blue as the ocean, as the sky, or green as a tropical sea, or brown as a tree trunk of a palm tree, and every shade in between. My skin can be as black as molasses, or pink as a blush on a rose, or smoking as freshly made honey, or as brown as a penny, and every shade in between. I am the richest of rich and the poorest of poor. As famous can be. A generous child, pampered and bored. A soldier's child, orphaned by war. And in one set of beliefs, I believe in Noah, Jesus, Abraham, Ulysses, and in God who sent them, and in every messenger. Now, back to my story. Guess what the girl did? She gave me the biggest smile ever and clapped for me. Then I told the girl, "Now it's your turn. Tell me why you talk differently, and tell me a little about yourself." "I'll try to understand you like you understand me now." The girl began to tell her He tried to support my family by moving from place to place, finding new job. We just moved from this area last month, and I'm still trying to adjust in my new school. I just can't speak the foreign English that fast. Maybe if we become friends, you could practice speaking with me. I felt sad and asked her to forgive me for what I said. Then I told the girl, I'd love to be your friend. I had so much fun playing with my new friend, and I gained a new friend. I had so much fun playing with this girl, and I gained a new friend. Please, for all of you listening to me, I hope you got the idea. We all have to start fighting with knowledge. Stop picking on each other. Overcome our differences. If each of you are trying to spread a good book or a nice quote, giving a beautiful speech, or writing an inspiring story, hopefully my generation can live in a more peaceful world. We all come from many cultures and backgrounds. The way I dress shouldn't matter how people view me in the world. Instead, we should all be judged by our actions and characters. Thank you for listening.